What's up guys, Houndish here, and today we're jumping in with a quick Destiny 2 video. And of course, last week, Rivens Wishes 2 required us to collect Ascendant chests in the Dreaming City, and a lot of folks found the info in my previous video helpful, and since I don't have a lot of time at the reset to cover these quests, I figured we'd do a quick overview of what you need to know for Rivens Wishes 3, which drops this week. And so looking at the quest step for Rivens Wishes 3, it requires us to defeat combatants in Legendary or Master Lost sectors, and we get additional progress granted within the Dreaming City. And according to the database, the required number we need to achieve is 1,600 enemies, or should we say points, and it would appear that this is probably a point-based requirement as the quest states that we get bonus progress granted within the Dreaming City. Keep in mind that that will also possibly mean that higher tier enemies like champions or bosses will be worth more points than trash mobs. And as we saw with the first Rivens Wishes quest, some of the objectives can be progressed at different rates, so it figures that this is likely the case with Rivens Wishes 3. Now, one of the big shouts for this video with the bonus progress for Dreaming City in mind is that during this week, the first 3 days, Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, will have Dreaming City Lost Sectors featured, while Friday onwards will feature Lost Sectors on other destinations. So it makes sense if you can to complete this quest before Friday, as it's going to progress significantly faster in the Dreaming City. That's one of the big things to keep in mind, and so on Tuesday at the reset, Aphelions Rest in the Dreaming City will be featured, with February 14th being the Bay of Drowned Wishes, and February 15th will be Chamber of Starlight. And so again, if you want to benefit from that boosted progress, it will be best to do this in the first 3 days. And also for newer players, something to keep in mind with Legend or Master Lost sectors is that you need to clear the Lost sector on standard difficulty and reach the soft cap of 1750 power in order to see them on the Director. I figured that is worth mentioning since there are quite a few new players who'll be jumping in to pick up rewards from Rivens Wishes. But looking at Aphelions Rest very briefly, a lot of folks are going to complete the quest in this Lost sector since it's the first one featured. I'm not going to do a full guide for the Lost sector, but it's worth keeping in mind on Legend, it'll feature 2 Unstoppable and 2 Overload champions. Then on Master difficulty, it'll be 3 Unstoppables and 4 Overloads. And it's possible as well that Master Lost sectors will grant more progress than Legend, so if you're comfortable solo in the hardest Lost sectors, then you're going to be in a pretty good position to get this done, and it is worth checking how fast each difficulty progresses, as it may be better to run the Master version. But otherwise, Legend is going to be easier for most players. I believe Solar Surge is active this season, so that may make solar builds more appealing. And in terms of weapons that do work in the Lost sector, we've got accessible things like Sunshot. Of course, it can stun Unstoppable champions with the Artifact mod and benefit from Solar Surge. And with Unstoppable hand cannons equipped, there are solar legendary options as well, like the Apocal Integration or Zauli's Bane. But if you need to keep back a little, Polaris Lance is a great shout as well for general killing of stuff. And of course, the ignitions from that will stun Unstoppables as well. For Overload champions, of course, we've got the option of Pulse Rifle, Autos, or Rocket Launchers in the Artifact this season. And to be fair, something like Galahorn, if you're otherwise running legendary weapons, might be a pretty good shout for champions, damage, and just general clearing out of stuff. Plus there is Dragon's Breath as another solid exotic option. And then we've got legendary solar launchers like Apex Predator, which funnily enough is one of the Rivens Wish rewards. But keep in mind as well that a Riptide Fusion Rifle with Chill Clip is also an option to slow Overload champions. So if you're looking for some solid weapons that might help you through this Lost sector, those could be a good shout, although let us know any you have in the comment section. However, if solo Legend and Master Lost sectors are really out of your comfort zone, or perhaps if you're underleveled, it may actually be useful to clear these with a team, either jump in with some friends or even use LFG to make it easier. I would imagine there will be some folks doing that this week. Legend and Master Lost sectors can of course drop exotic gear when clearing them solo, but if having a team allows you to do it more easily and finish the quest, then it's probably worth it. There are some good guides for Aphelions Rest online, so if you need some tips, I'll link a few down below as an extra resource, but there we have it. Like I said, I don't really do Lost sector guides, and I think there are folks better suited to that than I am, but I wanted to shout out what the quests will be, as well as the Lost sector rotation, which is an important one, as hopefully it'll save players some time given the bonus progress in the first 3 days. So just stuff to think about regarding the quest this week. Gotta say as well, thanks to my friend Duddits for sending over some footage of Aphelions Rest. I didn't have any stored, so his channel is linked down below, but if the quick preview today has been useful, a rating below very much helps us out on the channel. Good luck grinding out the enemy defeats for the quest this week, and if you want to see more Destiny content, be sure to get subscribed so I can keep you up to date. But otherwise, thank you for tuning in, and I hope you guys have an awesome day.